Welcome back to Southwest History, where we dive deep into the fascinating tales, legends, and hidden gems of the American Southwest. I'm your host, Romont, and today we've got a story that's packed with adventure, mystery, and a treasure hunt that could change everything. From forgotten gold mines to lost camps, we're about to unravel the secrets of a legendary find in California's Mojave Desert. So grab your gear and let's take a step back in time to discover the Dutch oven mine. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more stories. In 1894, Tom Scofield, a railroad worker, found himself surveying near the Clipper Mountains in California. While exploring the rugged terrain, he came across an old, abandoned stone house. Curiosity piqued, he hiked further and, after 9 miles, discovered a spring. Following a trail beyond the spring, he found a massive rock split in two, with the path continuing through the gap. On the other side, Tom stumbled upon an old Spanish camp on a high shelf, surrounded by towering rock walls. The camp, long forgotten, contained rusty mining tools, pots, and an iron Dutch oven. Nearby, a mine shaft housed the skeletons of 7 burrows, and the surrounding mine dump contained gold-laden quartz. Realizing it was getting late, Tom decided to stay the night, cold and hungry, in this eerie place, unaware that dawn would reveal an even greater surprise. As the first light of morning broke, Tom packed up his things, preparing to return to his camp. But as he stood up, his foot caught on something: the Dutch oven. The lid popped open, spilling a mound of pure gold nuggets onto the ground. Tom's heart raced as he quickly gathered as many as he could. The sight of the gold was overwhelming, and in that moment, he realized he had found something incredible: a fortune lying in the heart of the desert. Eager to escape before more discoveries could tempt him, Tom headed back to his base camp, keeping the gold hidden from anyone who might question his find. The weight of the nuggets in his pockets felt like freedom. A train ride to Los Angeles would change everything. But first, Tom had to come to terms with his newfound wealth. Tom arrived in Los Angeles, the gold burning a hole in his pocket. For the next 2 months, he lived a life of excess. The money from his sale of the gold nuggets flowed freely as he gambled, drank, and partied. The taste of luxury was intoxicating, and Tom reveled in his newfound status. But as quickly as it came, the money began to disappear. Nights of high-stakes poker and long days in saloons drained his pockets. The high life, it seemed, was fleeting. By the time his fortune was gone, Tom found himself sober, broke, and disillusioned. It was a bitter realization. He had squandered it all. The Dutch oven's gold had offered him a glimpse of paradise, but the price was steep. It would take 2 long years before he could even think of returning to the Clipper Mountains. Determined to find the Dutch oven mine once again, Tom set out for the Clipper Mountains 2 years later. His heart raced with anticipation as he retraced his steps from the previous journey, hoping to rediscover the treasure trove that had once been his. The landscape seemed different now, as though it had changed since his last visit. The path was harder to find, and the spring where he had first rested was nowhere to be seen. He hiked for days, but no matter how hard he searched, the split rock and the old camp eluded him. The landscape was unfamiliar, and the memories of his first discovery began to fade into frustration. The treasure that had once been so real now seemed like a dream, slipping further away with each passing day. Tom's search stretched on for months. He scoured the mountains and valleys, but it was as if the land had swallowed the Dutch oven mine whole. The more he searched, the more the area seemed to change, as though it were mocking him. It felt impossible to retrace his steps, and with every failed attempt, Tom's hope dwindled. The once clear memories of the gold, the camp, and the mine shaft grew hazy and distant. Disillusioned, he finally gave up, realizing that the treasure might be lost forever. The Dutch oven, the gold, and the mine were now a part of the past, a story he would tell but never experience again. In the end, Tom had nothing but his memories, and the harsh desert was silent in its response. By 1936, Tom was 84 years old, living in a dilapidated store in the Mojave Desert near Danby, California. He had long since given up his search for the Dutch oven mine. For decades, treasure hunters had hounded him for more information, but he had grown tired of telling the same story over and over. When Walter H. Miller and George Haight came to interview him that year, Tom was reluctant to share his tale once more. He had seen too many people come and go, driven by the hope of finding the treasure he once discovered. Yet, despite his reluctance, Tom insisted that the story was true. The Dutch oven mine was real, but it remained lost to the world, just as it had been when he first found it. Today, the Dutch oven mine remains one of California's great unsolved mysteries. Despite Tom's tale and the many searches that followed, no one has ever confirmed the mine's existence. The Clipper Mountains, located in the Mojave Desert, remain a challenging and desolate place to explore. The range, home to several springs, and the Tom Reed Mine, continues to attract treasure hunters hoping to uncover the secrets of the past. But the Dutch oven mine, its gold and its riches, remain lost, hidden away in the heart of the desert. Tom Scofield's discovery may have been real, but whether anyone will ever find the treasure again remains to be seen. The legend of the Dutch oven mine lives on, a story of fortune, greed, and the relentless pursuit of something that may never be found. Well, that's it for today's adventure on Southwest History. If you enjoy our video, one more request, please leave a like and subscribe for more stories. Whether the Dutch oven mine is real or just another tale of treasure hunters chasing a dream, one thing's for sure, it's a story that has captivated generations. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe the treasure's still out there waiting to be found? Or is it just a myth lost in the sands of time?